Greetings, and thank you for volunteering to support Valley Permaculture Alliance and the SRP Shade Tree Program. We're very proud of our impact over the last year. We educated thousands of homeowners on how to properly select, plant, and care for their trees. Then we proceeded to give away 5,790 trees to be planted all across the valley. Folks took their trees home, planted them, and now it's time to go measure them.
Hello, my name is Amy Williamson. I'm the Tree Program Director for Valley Permaculture Alliance, and today I want to discuss with you how to measure and evaluate the SRP trees from the SRP Shade Tree Program this year. First, I want to discuss what supplies and materials you should have. You will receive a name tag. The name tag is helpful so people know your name, but it also makes you look more official. Then you'll need a route list. Then you'll need a map. You can also use your own map if you'd like. There are many apps that provide mapping systems. Then you'll need measurement forms. These forms will provide information to us so that we can better understand how customers are measuring their trees. You'll also have a tree identification key. This tree identification key gives you the opportunity to look at leaf structure as well as what younger trees look like. You'll also receive an Ask the Arborist flyer with my card on the back in case anybody has questions about trees or questions about the program. And you should have a compass or download a compass with an app. And then also you should have a measuring tape that can measure up to 15 feet. Another piece of material that you'll receive is a checklist. This will be helpful to help you review what you've learned in this video today. We're so excited for you to go out and measure these trees, but there are a few things that you should know before you go out. One of the things that you should know is that we have already called all the customers ahead of time and let them know that you're coming within a certain time frame. On your route list, you should see a column called Arrival Time Frame, and that's going to help you keep track of what time you should be going to each house. Another important thing that you should know is that we really discourage you going into any houses. It's really important, if possible, not to go into anyone's house. All trees are outside, so you should stay outside. If you do need to measure trees in the backyard, please ask or request to enter through a side gate. That way you don't have to worry about going through the household to get to the trees. Another thing you'll note on the route list is that it does show in notes where the trees are located. Another thing that you might see in the notes for the route list is that there are notes regarding whether you have permission to measure the trees if the customer is not home. If the trees are in the backyard and the customers are not home and the backyard is locked, please do not go in the backyard. Another thing to note is that a lot of customers like to talk about their trees and they get really excited that you're there. Please don't feel that you have to answer any questions that you don't feel comfortable answering about the trees. We've provided you with an Ask the Arborist flyer that you can give them and a card that's stapled to the back of the flyer. If you do want to answer questions, just let them know that you are a program volunteer and that this is your advice. We're happy to have you enjoy a conversation with them. That being said, very many customers, from my experience of going out, have a tendency to talk quite a bit. Most customers will understand if you just let them know that you have to get going because you have an appointment and the homeowner is expecting you. And most of all, we just want you to have fun. So let's quickly talk about the process and what you need to do at each house. First, you're going to want to make sure that you have either a VPA t-shirt on or a name tag. Next, you're going to go to the homes listed on your spreadsheet, again in the order that the route list has the homes in. And you're going to, you can plug in the addresses on your map app on your phone, or you can use our map system and you're going to go to the first home on the list. If you're running late, if you're a little early, make sure to call the customer and let them know. Their phone number is also on the list. When you arrive at the house, make sure to knock on the door and see if the customer is home and let them know that you are a VPA program volunteer and you're there to measure their trees. If they're home, they'll be happy to show you where the trees are or let you know where they are, and they will also provide you access to the backyard if you need access to the backyard to measure the trees. If they're not home, refer to your route list and look at the notes side to see where the trees are supposed to be located and what permission you have to measure the trees. Once you've found the trees, make sure that they are the right trees. They should be small trees, not large trees, because these are young saplings still. So after you've found the trees, complete the measurement and evaluation form that we've provided for each home. So it's very important that the measurement form is the right form for the house because it has the pre-filled out information on the top. So make sure the address that you're at is the same address that's on your measurement form. You'll see tree 1 and tree 2. If there's only one tree, all you have to fill out is the information for tree 1. If there's 2 trees, make sure that you fill out for both tree 1 and tree 2. So, what are the things that you're going to fill out? What's the information that we need? First, we'll need to know the tree variety. You can go over the tree types on your tree identification form. There's about 3 pages with 6 different trees on them. It has the leaf types on them, and it also has the small versions of the trees for you to evaluate what tree type the trees are. Once you've identified what the tree type is, fill that out on the form, and then from there you can use a compass. You can use a compass app on your phone. We just want to know where the tree is from the house. Is it planted on the south side of the house? Is it planted on the west side of the house? Another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take out that tape measure and you're going to want to know how far from the house the tree is planted. If the tree is planted more than 15 feet from the house, then just put more than 15 feet. You don't need to measure any more than that. Just make sure if it's within 15 feet to put the feet and inches in there. For the height of the tree, same thing, you just want to measure if it's higher than 15 feet, mark greater than 15 feet. Otherwise, mark it, if it's within 15 feet, mark it with feet and inches. And finally, the canopy, which most of our trees don't have a very big canopy at this point. You'll want to find the longest length from each side of the tree to measure the canopy and see about how many inches or feet, if it goes that far, that the tree has for a canopy. So those are the things that we're looking for each tree. Another thing we'd love for you to do is to write any notes if you see any issues with the trees. One thing to note is that our desert willow trees are deciduous, which means they do go dormant in the winter, and at this time they may look like they're dead or that they're just starting to bloom. That's okay. A test that you can do to check that is just slightly bend a branch and you should be able to tell whether it is dead or whether it's just dormant for the winter. Lastly, please take photos of the trees if you can and email them to shadetree@vpaaz.org. Again, shadetree@vpaaz.org. It's also on the form and I think on our checklist as well. So once you've finished with all the forms, you've filled them out, you're so excited. We're so excited because we're going to have all this information to put in our report. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the forms. You should have, 4 to 7 of them. You're going to fold them in half, and then you're going to take your pre-stamped envelope with our Valley Permaculture Alliance sticker on it, and you're going to put it inside, like so. And trust me, they fit. I've tested it. And once you've done that, make sure to put an address just in case it gets returned for some reason, and mail those out as soon as possible. We do need these pretty quickly so we can put them in our report in time. So please, please, please put them in a blue mailbox. Leave them out for your post office person. Just make sure that you send these out as soon as possible to us. It's very, very important. So that's it for our video tutorial today. I hope this helps you with your process for measuring and evaluating our trees that we've given out. We're hoping to measure 5% of the trees that we've given out this year. So thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate all your support, and I'm so excited to see what comes from the measurements. So with that being said, have fun, and we look forward to getting those forms back. Thank you.